So, why do I ride? That is what I'm going to be talking about today. Apologise if you can't hear me, it's really windy out here today. As usual, typical British weather, windy and cold. So, I thought I'd come in here because it's a bit windy, but yeah, as I said, I'm going to be discussing why I ride today, and I've been riding for 6 years now. Feels like I've been riding for ages, but in reality I haven't really. I think it's the best sport, absolutely love it, and sun's out, typical British weather as you'd have seen earlier. It is windy, that's why I moved into here. It's not as windy in here, it's quite nice actually. But I'm going to be explaining everything from how it started through to what my plans are for next year and riding in the future. Also how I've progressed, and just basically a whole video on from where I started to where I am now. So, I'm not going to talk, so let's jump straight into it. To start with, we need to jump all the way back to late 2013. Now, at this point, I absolutely hated biking. Hated it with a vengeance. Every time we went, I wanted it to stop. And, come on, car. That wind is so strong. Anyway, yeah. So, I absolutely hated biking. I found it hideous, found it boring, and never wanted to do it. Well, long story short, in about August 2014, my mum broke her bike, her old German bike, and we went to Thetford with our friends. One of them was a mountain biking person, he loved mountain biking. Her bike completely broke, and our mountain biking friend, he said, oh, I'll go and get a new bike over at Thetford in the bike car. And she was reluctant to, but she did get a new one in the end. She did get a new bike, and this was the Scott Contessa that I was riding a couple of years ago in Wales, that was in some of my videos. That was that bike. And then in November that year, he said to us, oh, do you want to come biking with us one day? So thanks. And yeah, so we said yes, we will come. So we did go, and it was torrential downpour. The heavens had opened up, and it was absolutely tipping it down. And I'll be honest, I was not looking forward to it at all. But still did it. 11 miles around the beta trail at High Lodge, and once I got back I was shattered. I could barely walk, and I was caked in mud so bad. It was just, oh, my hands were numb, my feet were numb, and it was really horrible, but I loved every second of it, and I just wanted to go back and do it again. So, and after this we went biking again about twice on my mum's bike. Each time I didn't really have any skills, of course, because I'd only just started, but I was starting to enjoy biking. And then in November of 2014, I finally got my first bike, a 2014 Cube AIM SL race, I think it was, and I was really happy with it, really happy, absolutely loved it. And from here on, nearly ran him over. From here on, I went riding about once a month, and each time I was getting quicker, my endurance was getting up, and I really loved it. And it was when it got to summer, that's when I really fell in love with the sport. When it was hot, Tree. But yeah, I was never really progressing much, and I just sort of stayed at the same skill level, same endurance for about, I don't know, 2 years. And in 2017, November 2017, I finally learned to jump, and they were only tiny. Bentley, stop running into me. But they were only little steps, but that was good. I was getting better, so overall I was quite happy with that. And yeah, and then this way. And then over the next few months I just kept jumping and jumping and jumping, trying to get bigger and bigger jumps, but I never had the confidence to just go for it. And then summer 2017 was great. We went to France on holiday, and our mountain biking friend had just bought himself a new YT Capra AL Comp 2017. Absolutely gorgeous bike. It was red and black, and we thought he was absolutely mental because he'd just spent £2,500 on a bike. He had just spent £2,500 on a bike. We called him crazy and everything, but when we went to France, as I said, and they had lots of urban MTB there, so they had all these steps, massive flights of steps and things like that to go down, and he just went straight down them for Bentley, and he just went straight down them. And of course me, on my old hardtail, it was getting quite old now, and I just didn't have the confidence, didn't want to do it, so I never did it. And to this day I kind of regret that, because I wish I'd have done it, because I'd have had more fun, but I didn't, and you never know, I might have injured myself. But that was really when I decided I needed a full suspension bike. So when we got back to England, I settled my heart on a Cube stereo 120 race 2017. That's right, it was green and black. It wasn't a very good spec at all, but it was better than nothing. That was what I had my heart set on, so that's what I asked for Christmas that year. It was 6 months away, but I thought I could then save up some money towards it. So I started saving towards it, and then towards Christmas I sort of asked, oh, could I maybe get the 140 instead of the 120, because that was a better bike, had foxes, fox forks, fox shock and all of that. So that was what I then set my heart on, and I'm not gonna lie, I never got it. I just decided not to, and to wait another year and ride my old hardtail again for another year, which I did. However, in the summer, I think it was June 2018, my bike completely failed on me, my Cube. All my gears fell off, basically fell off the bike, and it fell apart around me, and I didn't have a bike. So from then on I used a Scott again that I'd been riding the very first ride, and I rode that for again about 6 months. I took it to Wales and I did progress a little, but not much. It was when we went to Wales in 2018, yeah, God, that feels like literally last month. We went to Nantuarian, as you would have seen. That's one of my first ever videos, and I rode the Scott, and I really decided that I needed my own bike. So this time I decided to not go so high, and I went and aimed to get a Trek Vosco 7. I decided on a Trek Vosco 7 2019. It was red and black, and it was a nice bike, although I did think it had air suspension, even though it had coil, but that wasn't that bad. It was still a decent bike. But our mountain biking friend, they came to visit us before Christmas, and when he said, "Oh, what bike are you getting?" I showed him, and he was like, "That's not the one you're getting." And I was like, "What?" So I thought I was getting a Trek Roscoe 7, and he was like, "Oh, don't worry." He can tell he'd made a mistake. But on Christmas Day, upon opening, I'd actually found out that I'd actually got this bike, the Trek Remedy 8 2018, and I was super happy. I opened it, yes, opened it, because my parents had wrapped it up for me, and as soon as I opened it, as soon as I unwrapped that first bit and I saw the forks, I knew that it was this bike, and this was my dream bike. And yeah, this bike was unreal. It was so exciting just to open it and just see it there. And I'm not gonna lie, I was in shock because I was expecting a hardtail, not this bike, and I was just really over the moon with it. And in fact, I was so excited I asked to ride it to my grandma's on Christmas Day, which was a couple of miles away, but I did. I got completely muddy, so I was muddy for Christmas Day, but I was happy. I enjoyed it. The bike was perfect. The bike was absolutely perfect, and it was just such a eye-opener for me, because I now felt like I could do anything, ride any trail, because this bike, I could just chuck anything at it and it would survive it. So I was really looking forward to my first ride. Now, my first ride was New Year's Day at Thetford. I did make a video on it. It's one of my most popular ones at 1.4k, and it is Trek Remedy 8 New Bike Day. That ride was brilliant. I literally kept going, "Oh my word," because I was just so surprised at how well it coped with everything I just threw at it. I ploughed through the rock gardens at speed, and it handled it all, and I was just shocked. I was super happy, and from then on my skills just built up. This bike really helped me to jump, helped give me confidence, and it really sort of opened mountain biking up for me. And that is when I truly became obsessed with it, like I am now. Literally everything I do now is bikes. I progressed, I went to Swinley, went to Cannock, hit my first big drops, really realised how capable this bike was, and I just felt so happy. It really sort of opened it up for me. And then September 2019, Bentley, come on. Here's my trail dog, Bentley, as you'll see on my website if you go on my website. Come on. But yeah, so it was just unreal. In September we found out that this new place had opened called Twisted Oaks Bike Park in Ipswich, so we went for a demo day and I loved it. Come on, Bentley, come on. Oh, excuse the wind, but I now had the perfect bike. The trails were perfect. I'd hit the biggest drops I ever had. I'd hit these massive gap jumps, dual slalom, these big North Shore features, which for me was a first because I'd never had any of them at Thetford before, and that was so encouraging for me because it gave me the confidence that I could do it if I really put my mind to it. So from there on I've just been growing in confidence more and more. And then in January this year we went to Chicksands Bike Park and I hit some pretty big stuff, did some gnarly trails, cleared a lot of jumps, and then my last video a few weeks ago, pushing my limit, trying to find my limit, that was also another good video. And that is how and that is how I got to where I am today with biking. It was unreal, and that journey from start to finish has just been great. It's lasted 6 years, but they've been the most worth it 6 years ever. My most enjoyable 6 years, because before I just used to do swimming and got really bored of it, so quit swimming, took up biking instead, and now I love it. Our mountain biking friend who had the YT Capra still comes with us. I'm nearly better than him. If you're watching this, you'll know who you are. He still thinks he's quicker, but I reckon I can beat him, or beat you if you're watching. But anyway, yeah, it's just epic, it really is. This jump here, there, that's where I trashed my old bike as well. My friend rode into the back tyre. It was partly my fault, but he rode into it, completely bent the wheel, and I had to get it all changed, but that was good fun. We had a good day. In fact, I think that's the day of the royal wedding, when BKXC was over in the UK, and oh man, this bike has just opened up everything to me now. I'm still progressing, but I'm progressing more and more. My speed's getting better, my videos are getting better, everything's getting better. So, that is my mountain biking story. And I ride because I love it. It's escapism, it makes you happy, you're in the outdoors, it's challenging, adrenaline, everything about it is just great. So, to riding from now on, now I've progressed to where I am, and it's just epic. I mean, I keep saying that it's epic, but it really is. Mountain biking is the best sport on the planet. I'm gonna say it, way better than football. Football is just the same every time, kick a ball around a pitch. Mountain biking is different every time you go. And we did have some big plans for 2020, for example, to go to Morzine, but of course, because the coronavirus has been cancelled, now moves to 2021. So I'll be going there then, by which time I'll be even more progressed, so I'll be able to hit some even bigger stuff. But yeah, that is just going to be really good, and I'm hoping to also maybe go to Whistler next year after I finish my GCSEs. And I'm gonna have to get up, walk up this bit, but that will also be really good if we do get to go there. So hopefully this year you'll have many more videos to come, so please subscribe, even if you're not going to watch them, because it really means a lot to see that many people subscribed and watching your videos and commenting. So please subscribe, it really motivates me to push harder and get better at it. And yeah, worn out now. It's because I'm competing against that person who has the YT Capra. I'm trying to beat their Strava distance for this month. They've just got Strava and they've already done 33 miles, so I'm competing, trying to get more than them. But yeah, so my dad's also planning to get an Orbea Rayon M10 2020, so that'll be sick. I'll build it up for him, make a video of it, show you guys it. And so as I was saying earlier, when I got this bike, I got a 17.5 frame, because I think I was only what, 5'6", 5'7" maybe when I got this bike, maybe even a 5'8", I don't know, I can't remember my height then, but I got a 17.5, and I'm 5'10", nearly 5'11" now, so it's getting a bit small, which I'm quite upset about really, because this is sort of my bike. It's been to all their memories, taught me all this stuff, and then it might end up being too small for me. So in the future I do plan to get a, there you go, I'm down. I do plan to get a Ibis Ripmo V2 in the Star Destroyer grey colour. They're absolutely gorgeous. They are literally like my new favourite bike. They are so gorgeous, and so that might be my next bike, but that probably won't be for 6 months to a year, because at the minute I'm still alright riding this, and even if I do get a new bike, I'm still going to keep this because my mum can use it or I can use it for other things. How my bike work skills have also improved, so I'm much better now at sorting out problems on a bike and having to fix things, because at the start of this year I didn't really do any of that. I got a bike shop to do it, but now a lot of it I do myself, and I've got all the tools now. I've got the shred shed, which is epic. I've got everything I need to do it, so I just do it. And yeah, so we are actually in lockdown at the minute, and I'm using this as my daily form of exercise, biking. So it's not too bad, it's good fun, but yeah. And I'm gonna end this video here now, so thank you very much for watching. Make sure to subscribe, leave a comment how your story started, how you got into biking, how many years you've been riding, and thanks for watching. I'm going to end this video with some riding footage now, so thanks for watching. I said I wasn't going to talk anymore, but for those of you that may have noticed, I've also got a custom stem cap now on my stem. This has only been on here, I don't know, a couple of days maybe. It's really good. I made it myself. I nicked my dad's stem cap from his bike, swapped them over because his was perfectly flat, mine wasn't, so I put his on mine. So now I've got a perfectly flat stem cap, which enabled me to print off my logo and put it on there. But anyway, I'm going to stop talking now.